Now, I want to talk about something that touches so many of us, and especially as we head into the holiday season. Alcohol. Yep, I said the A word. It's everywhere at this time of year, isn't it? A drink after work, a bubbles at a barbecue, a glass of wine to mark the end of a long week. And most of us don't think too deeply about it until one day we do. And lately I'm having more and more conversations with people who say, I'm not sure alcohol is working for me anymore. And not because they've had a crisis or because someone's pointed a finger at them, but because they simply want to feel better, clearer in the morning, steadier through the day, more in control of how they show up. So today, let's open up that conversation. There's a shift happening in New Zealand. You might have noticed it too. More 0% drinks on the shelf, more people choosing to take nights off, more curiosity about alcohol-free living. And the research is moving in the same direction, because global studies tell us even low levels of alcohol increase risks over time. Here at home, Te Whataora surveys show that a growing number of adults are choosing low alcohol or alcohol-free options, not because they're being forced to, but because they want better sleep, better energy, and less stress on their nervous system. In other words, people are starting to ask themselves, how do I actually want to feel? And isn't that a powerful question? So let's look at a quick reality check on standard drinks, because it's something that often surprises people, just how quickly it adds up. A standard drink in New Zealand is tiny. It's just 10 grams of alcohol, which relates to a small 330ml beer at 4%, a 100ml glass of wine, or a single 30ml shot of spirits. And it's worth getting out a measuring cup and looking really how much that is or how little it is, because most of us pour more than that. A restaurant wine pour is often 1.5 standard drinks, and a craft beer can easily be 2. And again, no guilt here, but it's worth having awareness, because when you know better, you can do better. And once we understand what we're actually consuming, we get to make choices that line up with how we want to feel tomorrow morning and in the future. And then we need to look at, why do we drink the way we do? Because it's an important part of the conversation. Most of the drinking of alcohol isn't about the drink. It's about the feeling underneath it. We want to relax. We want to take the edge off. We want to connect with people. Or maybe we just want to take a break from thinking for a moment. In coaching, I see alcohol show up as a strategy, a quick way for the nervous system to get a state change when life feels full and the brain is running on survival mode. And honestly, it makes sense. If we don't have many ways to soften stress, alcohol can become the easiest lever to pull. But the good news is the brain is incredibly adaptable. When we learn other ways to regulate, unwind, and ground ourselves, the pull towards alcohol naturally eases. It becomes a choice, not a craving. So let's talk about reducing or rethinking alcohol. Now, for some people, the thought of becoming alcohol-free feels, big, and I get that. But here's something interesting. Many people prefer the term becoming alcohol-free instead of giving up alcohol, because giving up sounds like it's restriction or we're losing something. Becoming alcohol-free focuses on what you gain, those clearer mornings, better mood, more energy, better sleep. So here are some gentle places that you could start. First, notice your patterns. Not with judgment, but with curiosity. When do you reach for a drink? And what happens emotionally just before that moment? Awareness is always the first shift. Secondly, we can swap the cue but not the comfort. Because if your body's asking to change its state, honour it but change the method. Take a walk outside, have a warm shower, a cool glass of water, sit outside for a few minutes, or just take some deep breaths. These can give your nervous system the same relief it was seeking from alcohol. Change the inner script. If you have thoughts like, I need a drink to relax, or I can't socialise without it, these become programs in the brain. With NLP, we can rewire those programs so the brain learns a new way to find that calm confidence without drink being the only route. Imagine a future you. Visualize yourself waking up clear, energized, and proud the next morning. It sounds simple, but it actually changes how the decision-making parts of the brain behave. We can even build new anchors for stress relief. We use resource anchors in NLP to help your body access calm on demand. So this might be a gesture, a breath pattern, or a movement that you repeat during these moments that you need to find that calm. And soon your system links that action with feeling settled, just like it used to use the link to the drink with winding down. And start small. You potentially don't need a dramatic overhaul. You could just try some alcohol-free days, lower alcohol options, or decide ahead of time what you want from that evening or that afternoon. Small shifts build momentum. Because zooming out, this is really about alignment. At the heart of it all, reducing alcohol, becoming alcohol-free, isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about choosing the habits that help you feel more like yourself, or the self you want to feel like. More grounded, more energized, in control. And when you give your brain and body the tools that they need, the change doesn't feel like forcing yourself. It feels like freedom. If this conversation has sparked something for you, whether it's a curiosity, motivation, or just a desire for something different, just know you're not alone. And if you're ready to move from feeling stuck to living your best self, I'm here to support you with tools, NLP strategies, coaching that meets you exactly where you're at. You can find more at wellnessyourway.coach. Take good care, keep choosing what strengthens you, and I'll see you next Sunday here on Radio Te Aroha.